Hi, thanks very much for clicking on the video link. My name is Natalie, but most importantly, I want you to meet my friend and colleague, Jean Lawler, mediator and arbitrator in Los Angeles, California. And she has very bravely signed up to do an idle chat with me. How are you, Jean?
Fine, thank you. Bravery is my middle name, right?
I love it. I love it. All right, Miss Jean, first question. What is your favorite snack to keep at your desk?
Probably my iced tea. Even though it's not a food, I do keep um, peach iced tea. All
That counts.
right.
Absolutely counts. Miss Jean, do you have a band or artist that you absolutely love that you could recommend to me?
Well, that's an interesting question. I have several that I would go see, and some we've flown different places to go see, actually. Um, I guess Van Morrison. I saw him once in Belfast, actually, in a launch of his new record label, and it was with his family and friends. And it was just in a hotel ballroom that I just happened upon it. You could get tickets. So we went, we were over in Northern Ireland. Bruce Springsteen, you can't beat him for a show. Yeah, I mean, there are so many. Jackson Brown has always been one of my favorites, but yeah, they're all getting a little older now, all these guys.
Because you and I are not aging at all.
Not at all. I mean, when Jackson, for example, was 16 starting out, well, I wasn't probably into music then yet, but yeah, so he's like, in his 20s and I'm seeing him in concert. Yeah.
It's cruel how that kind of time flux works for some people and not for others.
I know. And then you look at them getting older. I mean, I just read an article about Keith Richards. He's a great grandfather, for goodness sakes, and still putting out good music, the Stones.
I couldn't keep up with him, and he's 30 years older than I am. There's
Yeah,
no way. So,
yeah,
uh,
there you go.
Jean Lawler, do you have uh, a fictional villain that you really, really like? A bad guy?
We just started watching Peaky Blinders. I know we're late to the show, I'm late to the party on that one, but there's some villains in there that are nice, lead guy Tomas or Thomas.
Hmm?
Uh, mhm. Tony Soprano was always interesting.
Good villain, isn't he?
He's a good villain.
He's a good villain. Uh, Jean Lawler, what is your relationship with exercise? Are you friends with exercise, frenemies with exercise, total strangers with exercise?
I've actually become friends with exercise at different times over my life at different times, but I used to swim laps actually 6 days a week, every morning, like at 5:30, especially when the kids were growing up. Be early, and then I'd get back in time to get them out to school. But lately, it has been walking, and I never really liked to walk much, but now go out for a walk with my husband, not most of the time, probably, maybe a mile or two even. And it feels good. I actually look forward to it. But I don't like going to the gym and working out on the machines and stuff. I mean, I've done that in the past, but that doesn't get me excited now.
That's all right. A romantic walk with your husband sounds lovely.
It leads to good conversations actually as you're
Yeah,
walking along. Yeah.
yeah, that's good quality time. That's a good one. Jean, is there a skill that you have taught yourself? Didn't go to a class or a lesson or tutorials that you just took on all by your lonesome?
I'm sure, a number of them. One that immediately came to my mind when you started asking that was understanding computers. When we had the beginning of computers with the little modem, I mean, I bought one of those Texas Instrument computers back in like 1983 or so. Didn't get the Apple ones, but I read DOS for Dummies cover to cover when it was DOS that we were having to deal with and figuring out what it was. So that
And
was
you had to
tough
have
talk.
the boot disk to boot up the
Yeah,
machine and then take it out and you could put in other things. Yeah.
yeah.
Equal and backslash. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
That's a
just
good
one
tip.
example, you know. I would not know how to anymore, and I have not done it. So now it is figuring out AI in ways that are safe, so to speak, and that makes sense. I actually had a mediation a while ago where the plaintiff attorney had used Claude to tell him what Claude, anyway, thought the value of his case was. And it was very interesting. And this lawyer showing me what Claude came up with, and used it for his brief, obviously. I mean, if you're into Claude, why wouldn't you? I guess. And then he's showing me the valuations that Claude came up with. So of course I'm talking to him about, you're okay, well, you're valuing it that actually Claude is valuing it at, X or C. But I think that's going to become the norm.
That's a really, really important skill to have these days and to be able to recognize AI when you see it. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
that's
Yeah.
a good one.
But it's exciting. I mean, it's
Yes.
exciting.
Miss Jean Lawler, when you were a kid growing up, what was your favorite breakfast?
Probably scrambled eggs or cereal. But I don't really remember so much, but probably scrambled eggs or cereal.
Standard fare in the United States.
Standard fare. Yes, exactly.
Were you allowed to have the sugary cereals?
I think so. Frosted Flakes or whatever.
Wow, fancy.
Fancy. It was mostly eggs. It was mostly eggs for breakfast.
That's a bit less bougie, but yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Jean Lawler, I know that you are a big fan of taking notes and the value of taking a note the old-fashioned way, a writing utensil applied to a piece of paper.
Mhm.
When you do that, you have a preference over pen versus pencil?
Well, actually, if I'm just note taking, as opposed to writing an actual handwritten note slash, letter to somebody, I use my Apple iPad with the Apple Pencil and the Notability app. I do it during all my mediations and conferences and whatever. I love it. I can handwrite it, so it's just like writing on paper. Otherwise, what is it called? Let's see. Hold on a second. This Remarkable is pretty nice. I just have not made that. I've got them. I've got them in three different sizes, um, including one you can keep like in your purse. Just take notes with it. And that's like writing on paper. Uh, it's pretty amazing. And then you've got a pen that you can write with it. But again, it's your handwriting. Uh, but I've because I've mastered the notability, and it just is so easy on the iPad if I've got my iPad there. And I do keep a little like moleskin, notebook, maybe like about that size, with the elastic, that covers it, and a pencil or a pen actually in the side, and keep that in my purse, and I'll write down, things, the notes, like what the measurements for those new appliances should be, or something. What's here already, just things to remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, but so all good.
that's nice. Old school and modern.
Right. I will dictate sometimes, hey Siri, please add whatever. I tend to do Siri. Siri's more my friend than Alexa is. So, I'll go, hey Siri, whatever it is.
No shade, no tea. You gotta do what works best for you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you just started talking on my watch. Oh gosh, so bad. Something like I prefer to think of myself as predictable is what she said. I guess I can't say "Hey, Siri." Good, she didn't hear it.
Jean, is there anything in your daily life, just a small thing, but is there a small thing that feels like a real luxury?
Hmm. A small thing that feels like a real luxury in my daily life. So not even special occurrences. Huh?
So,
Um,
like your Apple Watch.
that's a luxury, isn't it? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I don't know, my home. I love being home. I love the feel of my home.
That's a really nice answer. I like that.
Mm,
Yeah, I like
good.
that. That's not a small thing.
No,
Home
it's not.
home is the concept of home is a really big thing, but that's a really good answer.
Well, there you go.
Good answer. Miss Jean,
Yes.
I'll ask you the same question that I ask everybody as the last question on an idle chat, and that is to tell me what you love most about the work you do as a mediator or an arbitrator, or what do you love most about the resolution industry and the work that we do?
Well, I've always been a chatty Cathy, so to speak, since first grade, getting in trouble for talking. Now, I know you're supposed to listen here, but I love talking with other people and solving problems, and then hoping to solve people's problems and make them happy or whatever. So, well, presumably making them happy, they're not always happy, of course, but getting cases settled and meeting new people and, where they're coming from and in this world, where they live or, what their interests are, the business that may be involved in the lawsuit or the personal lives of people. And so I think that's great. And then mediators as a whole, the dispute resolution industry, I think that by and large, they're just in that field, it's like everybody is friendly and willing to help each other, or it's not directly competitive. I mean, it is competitive, obviously, but it's not necessarily where you're dealing with people opposing counsel or whatever it might be, whoever it might be, that um, sending you nasty grams or whatever it might, again, whatever it might be. Every case is different, but as the mediator, you're not involved in that kind of thing. And it just is, helping people get on with their lives. And that's great.
It's just nice.
It's nice. Yeah. And it feels fulfilling. And I like that you can get it done oftentimes in a day or a half day, but even if not in one time, you can get it done, maybe two or three sessions, or they make an informed decision. I love having informed decisions made, but they can make an informed decision that they want to go to court. They want their day in court for whatever reason, whether it's summary judgment or trial, um, or just that day is not the day that the case will needs to settle because they need to do some more discovery or something. And that's fine. Maybe they didn't have that realization before they came into mediation, but if they have a clearer idea when they're done with, at the end of the time of the mediation of what they need to do to feel comfortable settling, then fine. Maybe they need to sleep on something, sleep on an offer or demand or something. But anyway,
But yeah,
yeah,
empowering people in their space of free will is
yeah, there you
it,
go.
it's
Yeah,
powerful
it
stuff.
is
Well,
powerful.
if somebody wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about what you do as a mediator or an arbitrator or the resolution industry just sort of in general as a resource, what's a great way for people to find you?
Oh, well, I'd say either my website or LinkedIn, both. I'm on LinkedIn and website is www.lawleradr.com. So LAWLERADR.com.
Thank you so much for chatting with me in an idle chat. It's always fun to talk to you. Always fun to talk to you, but it's a lot of fun to talk to you about just a whole lot of nothing in particular sometimes.
Well, and the feeling's mutual. So thank you so much. And I look forward to the next time we talk, not on Idle Chat, but we can have idle chats that are not recorded, right?